the Trace Awards are coming up thick and fast, right? So the Trace Awards going down next weekend. Now listen here. There's one category that came in a bit late, but I'm definitely looking forward to this category because it's home. Now nominated for Best Artist in East Africa is Diamond Platnumz. There's also Zuchu out of TZ. I got my girl Azawi, who's literally in the waiting room over here. There's also Nadia Mukami, who was with me last week on the show. She premiered her new song. I've got Bruce Melody out of Rwanda. It's been a minute since he's been on the radio, but definitely going to catch up with him in Rwanda. I've got the man K. Jones, Calligraph, who premiered his last album exclusively on Good Morning Trace right over here. All of those. I hope you've gotten your vote in because it's all about the Trace Awards, man, going down on the 21st of October, Kigali, Rwanda. That's what's up, man. Shouting out to all the sponsors as well. We've got Visit Rwanda, Rwanda Air, the BK Arena, all of those, man. You also need to make sure that you follow Trace Awards and Festival for you to get the lowdown on how to get all of the tickets, everything. You know what I mean? All of that right here on Fast with the Hits Trace FM. We're super proud of this thing. Let me tell you, the Trace Awards is absolutely huge. Like, I'm sitting down with people every single day. Like guys from different even media houses. They're just like, yo, we want to come, all of these different kind of things. So why we did it is because we're celebrating 20 years of Trace, right? But also, you got to do it for the culture, something that represents everything Afro. No one else is better than we, the people, doing an award for ourselves. So there you go, man. The Trace Awards, this is a fast one. We got so many coming up. It's only gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. I want to start on the show with this part right here. This part. I was listening to this and I was like, oh Lord, this is sounding like some Martin Luther King stuff. This is very profound. Let's go right here.
Your path is in your past, and in your past lies your present. Give your past your presence, and in your future you shall find that present. Sonkofa.
Wow. I was listening to that with like jitters. I was like, what? That is so dope, man.
Thank you.
What an intro.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Like, I like the feel that it gives you is every African girl child, right? Who's, thinking about the future, coming from the past. I love that bit where you said, the market, right? How you gonna, be able to find home and all of that. It's so well written.
Yeah.
What is going through your mind when you got into all of that? We've not even introduced you. We'll get to you.
Yeah.
But let's first go into this.
Like, I was in a point in my life where, like, I felt like I had detached so much from myself. Like, I was making music, but then it didn't feel like I had chemistry with whatever I was creating.
Yeah.
And then for me, it felt like I had to retrace a bit, like go back and rediscover myself, go back and, because before I used to be a person that was so much into, being around people, my people back home, I used to socialize a lot. Now I'm in this industry, I'm an artist, and then I can't be in the public anymore. And that kind of like blocked me so much because, when you're so much around your people, like people that love you, like there's always inspiration that comes out of it. And I feel like coming into the industry had changed me so much. I wasn't doing the things I used to do. Like I shied away so much. So for me, I feel like I had to take a minute and go back and,
just be a bit reclusive.
Yeah. Like retrace, reflect, rediscover myself. And then when I did that, I was able to unblock And yes, I connected back again with the traditional dancers that I used to work with within that time. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And that is why when you listen to that song, there's an instrument called the tube fiddle. At back home, we call it ndingidi.
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 Yes. So I had to go back and, connect with these guys again. I'm like, yo, we need to do something together. Like, before I even became Azawi, like, you were the guys that
I used to.
Yeah, I used to work with. You're the foundation of my career, because before I even became like a mainstream artist, I was a traditional dancer.
Hey.
Yes.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen.
I did that, and it helped me so much. It opened up my mind so much, and I was able to like create the album. I had to refresh. It's called refreshing in this current language.
In this current language.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I was going to say your name, but you already said it. No. Yo, we got to give you the proper introduction.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, she's flown all the way from Uganda into Kenya.
Yeah.
I love that. I really, really respect that. I'll tell you why in a couple. Last time she was here, we had such a great time. It was a great show. Going out to everybody in Uganda. We are Trace East Africa, so we've got our tentacles all across. I love the fact that she's here, and she's also nominated at the Trace Awards going down next weekend. We had to make it happen before. Like the stars aligned. I was like, yo, when are you going to drop your album? Drop it before. You're nominated at the Trace Awards. But I'm happy that you're here.
Yeah.
And as I was saying earlier, what I love about the album, and of course we're going to be playing majority of it, is it's very East African.
Yeah.
Really is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bit of a Caribbean, but that guy is he's like Kenyan. We call him Otieno. We'll get to that.
I had to come back home.
You had to come back home.
I had to come back home. I had to do, for me, even back in Uganda, this is not just about even Uganda.
Yeah.
It's about East Africa.
Yes.
That is why I collaborated with my East African brothers. I just had to do this for myself first and foremost before I did it for anybody else.
I love it. Champion from Africa. Right here on Fast With The Hits, Trace FM. It's all about the brand new album. Azawi in the place. Right here on Trace FM. You know what I love about that particular song? First and foremost, right? Yeah. If you're just locking in, shout out to everybody locking in. Special shout out to June. I don't think she's ever locked into the show. You made her listen to the show today. She's like, oh my God, nice. I'm listening to the station today.
So humble.
I appreciate that. So, two things, right? How you said, if I lose, I'll come back and come back again. That for me is very profound, right? Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of people think that life is very, it's just one of those things where it's smooth sailing. You won't have those ups and downs. And if life hands you that one down, guys, stay down. I love that. That's very inspirational.
There's no champion who has never failed before. But what makes them who they are is the fact that they were able to stand up again and keep on moving forward. So I had to say facts. I never had to lie to you. I didn't have to lie to you that, you know what, I never fail. Yes, we fail, but then we come back again and win that stuff again.
That's the way. Something else that you mentioned, and I've got to say, I didn't know about them up until you were here last time, right? You said, my team, we've got the winning formula and all of that. Shouting out to Swang's Avenue. I love that. The winning team.
The winning team. My biggest support system.
Biggest support system, right? Yeah. For anyone who's locking in right now, because, we got to educate, we got to play the music and all of that. Who's Swang's Avenue? For me, it's family. I don't know, for other people, it's like clients or partners or stuff like that. But for me, Swang's Avenue is family. It's a space that I go to and I feel so welcomed and I feel so much at home. It's even beyond just music. It's more like I got you and
you got me too, and we are in this thing together.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Swangs Avenue, you got to check him out on Instagram and everything right now. As we proceed into the interview, I want to play a couple of tracks because I know you got to go for a couple of other interviews. But the one song that I want to play right now is from a group that have given us news and said that they're about to go their separate ways, right? And everybody in the 254 is like, no,
that was heartbreaking.
What? Heartbreaking. Let me, even before we get into the song, right? You know, in from a Ugandan perspective, when's the first time you ever heard of Sauti Sol?
I think it was that Surayako song
that got banned on YouTube.
Yeah, that song.
Was that the one? No. That's
for
not
me.
The one. No, okay.
For me, that's because I saw like a bunch of guys putting on suits, dancing, and like in the village, like even the music itself sounded so like Congolese, but then East African. But they sang so perfectly. Like I was so like, you know.
I gotta work with them.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
That's the word. Like, and since then I've been following them up to now. Like, I remember when they came to Uganda, they made a record with one of the biggest artists in Uganda, Bebe Cool.
Yeah. And
yes, I wanted to go for that event when they were here, but by that time I wasn't Azawi. Nobody knew me. Nobody cared about me. So in my mind, I was like, if I ever get a chance, like to link up with these guys, not even to make music, like just to see them, for me that would be so enough for me. And now I'm here, I'm Azawi, and we're making music together.
And you got
like,
big records with them.
For me, like I don't know, like for some reason, God never tells you that you're gonna be something amazing. If I tell you right now, you're gonna grow wings, but just hang in there. Like if you keep on doing what you're doing, you're gonna get into the position that that you deserve to be in. And I was there. We were in that hotel room. We were making music. Like at some point,
that's what I wanted.
Yeah, and at some point I could just freeze and look at Bien and Savara. I'm like, okay,
damn, I'm here.
I have to tell you, I never recorded my verse that night because it was so overwhelming for me. Like I had to go back home and process that to be able to actually put my verse on that song. So for me,